Welcome to episode 4 of the Obscure Hotline. I'm Bronson.
Oh, yeah.
And I have the channel Audio Hotline, and this is Bark, and you're supposed to say your channel.
and Obscure Mikeys.
Yep.
Obscure Mics.
Audio
the
Hotline.
Shittiest cool channel on the web.
No. Obscure Hotline, or fuck. Obscure Mics. Audio Hotline. Yeah. Obscure Hotline. I can't even say it right.
It's a fusion of incompetence. It's like a smoothie with no fruit. It's like a Whopper with no meat.
Dude, all the vegans got excited about the Whopper with no meat. You know that's true.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Usually we just start with talking what we're using. I think that's a good place to start.
Trojan Magnums and audio.
Yes, audio.
Okay, I got you. I'll go first since I stuck my big member in my mouth there. I am using the Teyun Q12 again.
Oh my god!
Because it's just kind of my office staple, man. It's here.
Yeah,
I leave it here because apparently it's $15 in Russia. So I'm gonna drive to Russia and pick a few of these up. $15.
Wow.
But it's just always here. And I didn't bring my mic bag today. I just brought over a mic. But the Teyun Q12 with a cheapo cable. I'm using some Audio-Technica clip-on headphones. They're all about comfort today.
Yes.
And I'm using an MXL BCD1, but with a capsule from a Fender MM101. So I took a handheld Fender mic. There's a capsule in it that I thought sounded really good.
Nice.
So I took it out. I transplanted into the BCD1 because, as we all know, the BCD1 is what, Bronson?
A piece of shit.
It's ass. It's pure ass. So I took the capsule out of that, put a new one in, because seriously, the build quality.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
And the aesthetics and
love
just the whole, I love the look.
Yeah.
And being a shallow mic guy, I needed the sound to go with the look. So voila, with an on-stage pop filter and a little Zoom tripod with the comes with the ZDM1. What do you got? I see you got some fancy collar rings going on there, Mr. Streamer.
I know. Yeah, dude, that's
cute.
I'm not a BCD1 fan.
No, it sucks. I mean, it really does. It's a weird sounding mic.
A lot of
Not
people,
now, but
I think that's like one of the few reviews that I did that I had a lot of people with some. I had a lot of backlash, I should say, which is
for
interesting.
Not liking it?
For me not being like the biggest fan of it, and then being like, "Oh, I love mine," and I'm like, "Huh, okay, well, you do you."
Good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I will say, the last time I did anything with the BCD1, I want to say I did a Heil PR40 versus a BCD1 review, and I used the Rødecaster Pro and just straight raw audio from this thing. It's not terrible. It just sounds wonky. It sounds funky.
It is weird.
And it's just got a weird sound, and it's not a desirable sound.
Yeah, agreed.
But if you enable some processing on it and give it a little bit of low end and some compression, like it actually comes to life a little bit, and it does not sound bad without EQ even. Compression, little big bottom on a Rødecaster Pro, or if you have access to some kind of quick one switch broadcast switch, it sounds pretty decent. But out of the box, it's straight ass, son.
Yeah, I gotcha. So my equipment, I am using the Trojan Micros. Dude, I
knew
sorry.
It was coming. You still got me. Knew it was happening. Look at that little cute little thing there. Oh man, you still got me.
So yeah, this is the TC Helicon GoXLR Mic. And
what do you think, without giving too much away, because I know you're going to do a review. I think we both know what we think about the aesthetics.
Yeah.
because we talked about it. But what do you think of the sound?
I think it sounds fine. I think it's better than I expected. A big problem that I do have with this microphone is this pop filter. I won't do it here, but if you send a plosive into it pretty hard, it actually rattles, and it's very noticeable, and it like sits there, and since it's attached and everything, it has like some sustain to it and everything, and it's not great. So that's a bummer.
Sucks.
But yeah, if you're kind of angled like this and you're not, too much in front of it, sending plosives into it, it's fine. But I like the sound. The aesthetic is interesting to me. I think it's hilarious that it comes with this many things, this many colors, like purple, pink, blue, green. But
wait, aren't those just button replacements for the Procaster 2, Rødecaster 2?
Dude, it looks like it, doesn't it?
It does.
So
Lisa Frank, box of Lisa Frank.
It's interesting though. So the only one that's built well is the one that's originally on it, the silver one. The rest of them are just like
plastic.
Yep. But it's hilarious that it comes with this much of this, but not a freaking 5/8 to 3/8 inch stand adapter.
Why does I have no words. Like guys like me and you, we don't need those. I guarantee you.
Yeah, no.
I have 50.
Dude, I have so many. But yeah, like for
So many.
anyone else though, it's annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, for someone who's just getting into audio and doesn't have those laying around. Like if someone sends me something without one, I'm like, thank God, I don't need 52 or the 53rd one.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Maybe I should sell those. Those sell, right? People buy those, don't they?
People buy stuff, so yeah.
They buy stuff. All those rings and no adapter.
Yeah, very
Good job,
interesting.
TC Helicon.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think that it would have been cool to have like a mic bag with it or something, or just like anything else. But yeah, it's just basically the pop filter that doesn't work well, and the rings. But yeah, the sound, I think it sounds fine. I don't have a problem with the
mic
sound.
metal?
Actually, the build really isn't great in all reality. It's interesting. It's a very interesting microphone.
And it's not super expensive. So I mean, I wouldn't judge all that too harshly, but again, what is it, 150?
150, yeah. When you can get a Donner chicken.
You know it's Donna. You know it's Donna. Yeah. Yeah.
When you can get that for 80.
And a pod mic.
Yeah.
That's a tank for 100.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, if you are using plastic parts at all, and you're priced over 100, you are missing the point a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as we know, that mic's not aimed at us.
No.
That mic is aimed at everyone who watches Alpha Gaming.
Yes.
Or Harris Heller, which I like. I like that guy. But that's streaming channel. I was trying to think of a big streaming channel. So people like he reviews that mic, they'll sell probably 5,000 that week.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Audio guys like me and you that don't stream, it's fine. I mean, I would like to. I'd like to get a test unit in the review, but I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not appealing enough for me to buy.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that for sure. I don't need to review this anymore.
Just watch this.
So the Telefunken XLR cable, it's got like a right angle here.
That's what I use.
I love it. I do like that.
Me too.
I like
my
it a
whole
lot.
podcast studio. The Donners are all hooked up
Plugged
with one
in
of
there.
those.
Yeah,
Is it really? You got the same damn mic cable I use and prefer?
We're
Are we
the
serious
same.
right now?
We're the
Can I see
same,
that
bro.
thing? Can you angle it at me?
Yeah.
Because there's. Oh, that's it. God damn it. That's it. Oh yeah, as Paris Hilton would say, that's hot. That's the one.
I love it. I actually had the straight one for a while. Used that for quite a while. I like the Telefunken cables. I think they're a pretty good deal for the quality you get. And
They
I
really
think
are. What is that thing like?
20,
It's 20 or less,
20?
right?
Yeah, it's like $20, I think. And it's like it's a decent length. Also, the warm audio cables, I like those too. They are actually kind of similar.
Not had any of those.
Yeah, they're good. I would actually I'd probably recommend, I mean, a lot of people don't want to spend the money on Mogami cables. I do have quite a few of them, but I don't know. There's something inside me that's like, don't plug in a cable that expensive when you're doing a microphone test. Because if I'm getting complaints about, an interface being too expensive, like, I don't even want to start with the, the cable and what people would say about that, so.
And how many people are realistically going to spend the price that a Mogami, unless it's professional application, but we don't talk to professionals. So
a lot of the time.
They may watch us to hear mics.
Yeah.
Some of them, but I would never be like, gotta use Mogami. Just can't do it. That's why the Telefunken, that's why I use those, because I love the right angle and the price is right.
So Telefunken, going into the Rødecaster Pro II that I did just get a little cover for, because I got a lot of cat hair in my studio, so I did get the little cover, which is,
nice.
in my opinion, very overpriced, but whatever. It's like $60.
Is that to say you're planning on making the Rødecaster 2 a staple in your studio?
Ooh. I think for this, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for
Fair
this,
enough.
I'm going to use it quite often. I do want to use some different stuff, though, but the fact that I can route us to our own channels, and I mean, literally, I could, I was talking about before we started recording, I could throw processing on you based off of the microphone you're using, which is insane. That's so cool.
Really cool.
And so, I mean, it just has a lot of really cool features, but I think that no matter what, I am going to keep it and I'm going to use it. I don't know if it's going to be I'm not going to only use it though, but anything else, what else is there? Oh, I'm using the Vivo or Vivo stand that you recommended me.
The Boomy Boom.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. And a big part of me wanted to actually get the Elgato low profile mic boom arm, but I was like, this does that because you can adjust on the pole basically where it sits. And
this is why we're doing a podcast together, because our brains are just so juvenile, and anything that can be made into sexual innuendo indeed does get made into sexual innuendo.
That's true.
So I mean, I started us off with the Magnum word, and it's just going to go downhill from there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's fine.
Now that it's on the table, it's gonna be a big part of this one.
Yeah.
But now that we've went through that, I do have a question. Did you buy anything for Prime Day?
No, I did not.
You didn't buy anything. Okay.
I'll let you finish why you asked, and then I'll explain why I did not.
So honestly, I actually was just mostly curious if you did buy any microphones. I didn't buy any, and I was mostly just wondering if you did. Had I not had the Donner before, I may have went for it.
How much was the Donner on Prime Day?
So it's actually funny because I think it was $70, but honestly, when I initially looked at it when you were reviewing it, there was a coupon that made it $53 or $55 or something like that. Insane. Yeah. So I mean, it still was at a good price, but they did do away with that coupon. I noticed before Prime Day, and it's not back. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about doing a video on something like that, because I'm sure they can see their sales.
Yes.
And as soon as their sales spike, they probably
drop that. Yep.
Something. I mean, they probably have an expiration date on it. As soon as they see that it's working, they're like, all right, when do we cut this off? But no, I was 100% disappointed in the Prime Day sales as far as audio equipment went, because a lot of the prices, like Prime Day special, I have seen cheaper in the past few months with coupons, and I'm like, none of this is any kind of special savings to me. I keep an eye on all this stuff anyway. So if it's not an obvious savings, that I've never seen before, and I saw nothing. I saw absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So the only thing that I ran into that was an incredible deal, I had recently bought this like quick release system for my camera. It like makes it really fast and simple for you to put your camera on your tripod, basically like a quick release for the microphones that I've also reviewed that we've talked about, like the Onstage ones or the Gatorworks ones or whatever. So I had bought like 5 of those units previously, and I did have like a discount for them. They're usually like $18, $18 or something like that, and they were going for $3, and I was like, yes. So I bought the shit out of those, which is fantastic. So that's really the only
awesome.
thing I bought aside from like lint rollers.
You are big on your lint rollers for blue and such.
Yeah, dude, gotta have them.
Yeah.
Gotta have them. Yes.
God, how many of those do you go through?
Oh my, I don't even want to talk about it. It's bad, man. I would say
Blue's a shredder, not
he's a shredder. So, and that's the interesting thing. So the Bengal tabby that we have, his name is Grim. For whatever reason, I never even noticed until after it was done. I named my cats after sad emotions or mad emotions, Blue and Grim, whatever. But I was an emo kid, so it makes sense. But
that makes sense, yeah. A lot of Emery listened to in your days. Like I take it.
Right, misbehaving, yeah. But so he probably sheds even more, which is crazy. But his hair is like really impossible to get off your clothes without a lint roller. Blue, kind of like you can wipe it off and it's fine. But yeah, dude, Blue, they're both shedders for sure. So, and then our black cat is whatever. She doesn't shed too much. But yeah, man. Speaking of cats, I almost came home with one yesterday. Like it was close, man. This cat was so cute, dude. Oh, I would have had to name it like.
Are you at your maximum right now?
I think 3. Yeah, I think 3 is our max. That's kind of what we talked about, and we kind of I think we felt bad because they're all over 7 at this point, and we're like, we just kind of want to like, have the attention be on them and not bring in like a kitten that's going to take attention away because we're just like, psychologically we think that's going to fuck with them.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
We've thought about it too, but we don't want to mess with Ivy, our house cat. She's it's her house, and we don't want to mess her psychological state up too much. So
Yeah, dude.
That's how that goes. I don't want any more cats at all. I love the indoor and I love the outdoor, but I'm good. I only have time to pay attention to one. I'm never home. So
yeah. No, I feel you. So this is, I gotta see if it'll focus, but this is the cat I almost brought.
There it goes.
Almost. Come on.
Oh yeah. See, and a cat with that much color character.
It was
I would have been tempted to. Did you just see it on the side of the road somewhere?
So actually, it was at the place that I was doing some work for. It's so cute. So essentially, that place. So I don't know if you even know what I do for work, but I do.
You've told me something. It's like it's something to do with graphics or computer design or something along those lines, right?
Yes. So okay. So I'll do SCADA systems, which allows like water departments or wastewater departments or hydro plants, or like even Cliff Bar, like their factory and everything. Like it'll allow them to see how their machines and their pumps and everything are running, so they can like remotely check on it, but also just like visually check on it through like on a computer. So I do like the graphics and the connections through that and everything. But so I was down at the water plant yesterday, and that's where I walked into their operator little maintenance office. And I guess that they have this mom that comes back every single time she's ready to have a litter, and she'll just like go in and have the litter there. They feed them and like take care of them, but kind of just like if they go wander around, they go wander around. If they don't come back, they don't come back, kind of thing. So I was like, oh my God. And it was this was the last one that was left, and I was like, I think I need this. And as soon as I sent a picture to my wife, she's like, bring it home. And I was like, I might do it. And then we had a conversation after we both were like, yes, let's do it. And we kind of talked ourselves out of it, but It was such a cute cat.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We're always gung ho for like an hour, and then
Yes.
shit settles down. It's like, hold on,
Yep.
wait a minute,
Like,
let's walk all the way through this.
Absolutely. Yep. I like how we went from like Prime Day talk to just cats immediately. Lint rollers, man. Great connection.
Well, we've kind of went through all the basics of a young male, and middle-aged male YouTube life. We've talked about tech. We've talked about money and pussies.
Yes, we have. Yeah. And condoms, which is great.
And yes, prophylactics, which, protection is important. That's why we have these Trojan brand pop filters. Trojan needs to make pop filters. How those would sell? And
right?
Just had the logo printed
Such a good idea. This would
sell like wildfire.
And like in my videos, I don't even know if people notice it. But whenever I do, I'll put like if I'm doing like a windscreen versus no windscreen tonality test, or like pop filter versus no pop filter versus windscreen or whatever. Like the last one I did with the Donner, it said protection versus unplanned pregnancy or whatever. And like, I don't think anyone ever noticed like the lower third that said that.
Oh, I did. Okay, I absolutely noticed.
But it's just funny. Like, I always make references to that, and I'm like assuming that everyone, but I think they're just like, okay, grow up, buddy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't get any comments on mine anymore either. Like anytime I drop any kind of "that's what she said" or this or that, like people finally quit commenting. Like I tell myself they still enjoy it.
Yes.
They just are sick of commenting on it.
No, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
because they keep coming back. So I mean, it's not,
they're just commenting about something else.
Not turning them away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But dude, you were talking about YouTube channels, and I was gonna ask what your favorite ones are.
I'm not joking. You're audio
you're on my list. I literally wrote a list.
Like
I'm not either.
That's not because most of them are audio related.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me pull up, because I honestly, it's hard to think of right off the rip, because if I'm being completely honest, I don't watch a lot. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Yeah. I use YouTube for what I'm interested in moments of time.
Yes.
So I watch a lot of yours. I watch a lot of Dark Corner Studios, because I think Aiden does a good job on that channel.
Yes.
Let's see. I watch a lot of stuff about music. I've been really into Megadeth lately, so I'm watching a lot of Megadeth content.
Nice. Nice.
80s and 90s thrash metal has found a place in my heart here lately. And let's see what else. I watch free podcast tools. Hank over at Free Podcast Tools. Mm-hmm. Like that dude. Let's see. I know there's other stuff. I watch a lot of Star Wars stuff. I'm getting geekier the older I get, and Star Wars has been like my thing lately. So I watch a lot of Star Wars content.
Nice.
Like, a lot of hypotheticals and like explanations of Star Wars, and a lot of music videos, of course. Yeah. And a lot of comedy clips. But as far as specific, like people or specific channels, I like reaction videos. I like watching the Lost in Vegas guys.
Yeah, gotcha.
And there's some others that I enjoy. The Michelle Show. There's this dude on it's called Michelle Show. MECHELLE and then SHOW. Mm-hmm. Best reaction channel ever. I love that dude.
Oh,
and
nice.
That's where I'll end it, because I don't think there's anything else worth just popping out there. But touche, brother. Now give me yours.
So, my favorite is the Audio Hotline. Just joking. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. I'm sure some people are like that.
I mean, I do watch my own stuff.
Well, I guess you have
more
to
for quality control.
No, dude. So I did actually make a list of some in preparation of this, but I didn't get to all of them. But So you made it. You are literally first on my list. It says obscure mics, and then it says in quotations, obviously. And then
for those of you who are just doing the audio, I just made the O face with the hands, the Home Alone face.
After that, I put, and I mean, it obviously, like, aside from you, there is no real order. I was kind of just like thinking of channels that I liked. But I love, and I've talked to you about this guy. I love Mark Bennett's Camera Crisis. He's like a Canadian dude that talks about Sony cameras usually. But he's really funny. He's really enjoyable to watch. Camera Conspiracies he's a good one. He's another Canadian. I don't know, dude.
I've watched him. He's a strange one.
He is very strange. Yes,
he's a strange one. I dig it though. I like his brand of strangeness.
Yeah, well, and I'm not saying this in like a bad way, because I think this is kind of what he goes for. But he's like low key an asshole. And I think that's kind of
very
like,
low key.
You know what I mean? Like, but he does it in like a really funny way that makes it almost like endearing, you know? But
yeah,
I could see how maybe some people wouldn't be into him, but I think he's hilarious. A lot of the stuff that he says is very funny. I don't know, the channel that always made me, I think we actually talked about this a little bit in our first episode that didn't get to air because of some issues that we had with Loopback. But the very first channel that ever made me want to make a channel was actually Peter McKinnon. I don't really watch him a whole lot anymore, but he's kind of like
you've mentioned him before.
Yeah, he's like a camera guy. Yeah, he's good. But let's see, what else do I got?
I'm going to throw out the word Recordology.
Recordology.
There's this fellow that does a channel called Recordology because I like my vinyl. And he tests record players and talks vinyl.
Nice,
so
yeah.
I'll throw him out there.
Well, this is like kind of the big part of why I wanted to ask this question, is because I wanted to find something different. You know, not that I'm like sick of everyone. I was just like, it's interesting how you watch completely different stuff, but we have very similar interests when it comes to especially audio and like I'd say humor and other things like that. So it's interesting how you just know a lot of different channels that we've actually never talked about, and it's funny that we don't. But I'll
give you another then. JW Soundworks.
JW Soundworks.
Yeah, he does reaction videos, and he's very well spoken. Nice. But he also does music stuff. It's a nice mix of a channel. Like there's a lot of reactions, but then there's a lot of stuff sprinkled in of him creating and him, you know, doing just very strange stuff with instruments. He's an interesting cat, and I love hearing people that are really good at breaking down music, and he's really good at breaking down music.
You might like this guy that I'm actually about to mention. He's next on my list. His name's Rick Beato. It's a new one for me, but he talks about music a lot too. Beato.
He popped up pretty quick, so
he's got quite a few followers. Yeah,
I've watched him.
He's fun. Like it's something I've been into a little bit more recently. Just like some of the videos randomly popped up on my home screen, and I was like, that has an interesting title. I'll check that out, you know? And he has some interesting points when it comes to especially the music industry. I would say those are my favorite videos of him, when he kind of like dives deep into kind of the gritty and shittiness of the music industry. I think that those are really interesting. But I mean, I've got to put, you know, Podcastage on the list. I mean, I've got to put DP Review, which if you like camera equipment, that's a big one. But then the other ones that are a little bit more, not so much what I usually talk about, I guess, but this girl does one that's Possessed by Horror, and she does like horror movie or horror book reviews. That one's really good. I don't always agree with her opinion. I think that her and I have like different tastes in horror movies, but still, the way that she delivers the content and like talks about the movie, it still gives you a really good idea of what the movie's about and everything. So I really do appreciate that channel. But then my favorite movie reviewer is Chris Stuckman, and I don't know. I don't always watch movie reviews, But if I watch a movie that I really like, I'll usually go see if he has like a review after the fact and see kind of what he thinks. And if it lines up with how I feel, I always think that's kind of fun. And I think that's actually what I've been getting comments about is like someone will be like, hey, bought this microphone, came here just to justify my purchase or whatever, I'll get that.
Right.
Quite
yeah,
a
you
bit,
always got to look and see what people think, of your mic, especially if you put some coin in it.
Yes.
Spend a little bit on it.
Well, and I think that's where we circle back to the BCD1. Why people get mad about that is I think that MXL is, they're a pretty big company when it comes to mics and stuff.
They are.
Yeah, they're easily found, And so it's interesting to me, though, that I feel like they just haven't came out with a whole lot recently.
No, it's like they're resting on their laurels. It's like they're resting on all their hits. I would love to see them do something kind of new.
Yeah.
When's the last time you remember MXL's releasing this? I don't remember.
The only thing that I remember seeing on like the new list, but I wasn't sure if it was just new for that site because I don't know how long it's been out.
Sweetwater just started carrying, or maybe it wasn't Sweetwater. MXL just came live on some site. I can't remember, but
okay, maybe it was this site, but it was the Tempo, the USB mic, the MXL Tempo, I think.
Oh yeah, that's old as shit.
Is it really? Okay, I had never even heard of it. Okay, that makes sense.
I did a video on it probably 3 years ago.
Damn, how do I not know
for
this?
Years before that.
Oh, it was available in 2011. I know nothing, guys.
I'm gonna throw DIY Perks. Do you watch DIY Perks?
No.
That's a great channel.
Dude, actually,
this probably the most interesting channel. Dude built I'm gonna send you a link actually.
Word.
Dude built a USB-C microphone out of a bunch of brass rods.
Oh, word. Okay.
I don't know. I'll send it to you. This guy is brilliant, like absolutely brilliant.
Very cool.
But he builds lots of stuff. But I was gonna say regarding MXL, like I am always still kind of surprised. Like I was watching some kind of I was watching Scott Paladin, which I don't know if you know Scott or not. He likes both of our channels, I know that. But he does the occasional review of really cheap microphones, and he's just a really nice dude. But he did a review of a Monoprice USB mic. And he went through and tested it against a bunch of other kind of lower level, like he did, against the XM8500. And listening to all the mics he did, I'm still always surprised at the MXL 990. Like, I don't think it's a great mic or anything like that, but every time I hear it, it catches me by surprise because I'm like, really? That's a really solid sounding mic that you probably couldn't guess. Like, if somebody was doing a blind test, you would hear that and be like, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But you would never guess it's the 990. But once you really give it critical, close listening, you can kind of pick out the flaws a little bit. But if you're not prepared, that thing sounds better than a whole lot of mics.
Dude, I agree with you.
Sound good.
Yeah, I agree with you. So actually, randomly, I did come across a Scott Paladin video the other day. I think it was just like a best cheap USB mic. Like it was the HD300T, I believe.
I watched that one.
I just found him. I'm subscribing. And also, you did mention Dark Corner Studios, and I have watched him a few times, but I just noticed that I'm an asshole and I wasn't subscribed, so I subscribed. So,
yeah, he's a good dude. He's a really good dude. He offered to send me, like, he doesn't want to do USB mics anymore.
Oh,
and
nice,
I've since decided I'm trying to, like, distance from them a little bit because it's so hard to find one that's not like every other one on Amazon.
Yeah.
But he literally offered to send me every USB mic that he hasn't reviewed yet because he doesn't want to do it, which I didn't take him up on it. But that's just really cool.
That is way cool.
He lives in Canada. That would have cost a little bit of dime to send him my way.
Dude, what is going on, though? Why are there so many... this sounds weird, but like a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube... Canadian. Like, what is happening?
They're just nicer people. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no. I'm in Idaho, so I'm basically Canadian. So.
Yeah. I'm in Ohio, so
I'm part Canadian.
I'm surrounded by QAnon, Trump flag carrying, Confederate flag wearing fuck sticks.
Yeah.
But no, I just, me and my wife, we watch British baking shows because it warms our hearts.
Yeah.
It's just, they're so much nicer. They're so good to each other, and they're so polite.
Yeah.
And they're also dirty. Like, they like dirty jokes a lot.
Yes.
And it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then we'll watch an American baking show and be like, God, every single person on this show is an asshole.
Yep.
Like, what? Like, this country is just full of asshats.
It's so true, dude. It's so true. And I'll be the first person to say, like, I can be an asshole, but the way that I'm an asshole,
Me too.
The way I'm an asshole is by calling someone else an asshole. Because, like,
Yes.
I will never be cruel or rude to another person unless they've been cruel and rude to a person. That's it. That's where my line is,
I'm okay with someone not liking me based off me saying, like, yo, that dude's a douche.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if that causes you to walk away from me, then you belong in that camp.
Yeah,
anyways.
if you want to be on the side with the asshole that's being rude to other people or whatever, like, go ahead and fucking join that guy. Like, that's fine by me.
Two-way street, man.
Yep.
No judgment even.
Yeah.
Like, no judgment at all. But, it's my tolerance, especially as you get older. I'm sure you've experienced a little bit of that feeling since turning 30. Like, the tolerance is just on a steady downhill slope.
Yep.
Like, I got no time for anyone that I deem as unkind or shitty or arrogant. Just no time.
Mine started pretty young, I feel like.
Yeah, me too. It just, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just getting,
it's
the
just
tolerance
getting
is
worse.
less and less and less.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. Well, and that's the like I have no problem with people being different from me at all. Like,
the world would be boring if we were all the same.
But and I think that, like, I don't want that to be misunderstood, because, like, we're not saying if you're different, we don't like you, and that's when we think you're an asshole. It's like, no, like, if you legitimately hurt, offend, and like offend, someone, that's the line, and it's not because you're different that we don't like you. But yeah,
right. The problem is actually people that hate everyone else because they're different.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
We're the ones kind of calling that out a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, dude, we're the judge and the jury, bro.
Yeah, we know what's best. We know what's right. I mean, you either follow the Obscure Hotline rulebook or you're trash.
Or you're
It's simple.
It's so simple.
It's so simple.
Dude, like, that's
We'll be releasing that guideline book
yeah.
by the end of 2022, by the way.
Down
it's only going to cost $79.99. It is a thin paperback of 28 pages, but it is worth it because you will then know how to behave your fucking ass, okay?
Dude, yes. Oh, my gosh. Now we have to do this. And it'll be like
someone to do it for us, because that's a lot of time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, thou not be asshat is rule number
Thou
one.
shall not be asshat. Which brings me to something else, since we're on these fun topics.
Yeah, hit me.
Religious assholes.
Oh, ooh. Dude, this is a slippery fucking slope for me, man.
It's touchy.
Oh, man. Oh, no. So I don't know if
I'm really on a tear lately. That's why I said the two words together. I'm on a tear.
Yeah. So I don't think that we don't really know each other's religious background at all. Like, yeah.
No, but we should.
Yeah.
Right here today. On
right
this
now
show.
is where we're going to learn it.
Right now.
I don't know how prominent it is in Ohio, but I'm sure that you've heard of it.
Okay.
I grew up LDS, Mormon.
Okay. That's prominent.
So, yeah. Okay. I didn't know. Like, I think
I mean, not super prominent, but it's...
Well, I mean, like in Utah, where I lived for a little while, and even in Idaho a little bit less, though, there are definitely like super Mormon areas in Idaho, but they're more like eastern, and we're more southwest-ish. And
right.
So there's like, in those situations, there's like a church on every block, and it's an LDS church. Like, it's crazy.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, here... it's not nearly as prominent where we live. But yeah, no, I've since left the LDS church. I left when I was about 20. I didn't go on a mission though or anything. So
still practicing in your own mind, or just left and cut yourself out of the religion?
No, I don't believe in that church at all. Like, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I like left it all. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
But
and then now, since we're just getting real here.
Yes.
Now, do you claim any religion, faith, principles based off of, or are you just? I'll wait for your answer. I have a very simple answer for all mine, but
I would say I'm in the camp of being. So, well, when I left the LDS church, what I actually did, since I've played music a lot of my life, I actually went and joined a worship band at a what are they called? Non-denominational Christian church.
Yes.
So I tried that out for a little bit. I went to a Catholic church. I tried a few different things. I played in the worship band for a while. Didn't really know what I believed, but was willing to be swept off my feet, essentially. But I wouldn't say that I needed to be swept off my feet. I just needed something, something small, But I would say I live more in the world of being agnostic at this point. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
What's the definition of agnostic? Because it's been a while since I've heard that.
It's
term.
like I don't necessarily believe in God, but I'm open to opportunities of that changing. I'm not, like a lot of people that are like atheist per se, or I don't believe in God, and I 100% don't believe in God.
Gotcha.
I would say
that's how I'd classify my wife.
That's how my wife is too. Well, I would say my wife is like 98% atheist, which technically makes her agnostic. You know what I mean?
My wife's
So
like
it's
70-30. She's 70 atheist and 30 open to, she's seen some things that are like, there's no explanation for that other than higher power. And then at the same time, she's like, you know what? No, fuck that. I'm like, okay.
I get you.
Yeah.
I would say I lean a little more on the atheist side now, but I think it's one of those things where I feel like you don't know what a person's been through until you walked a mile in their shoes, or whatever the saying is, I think it's one of those things where I was so utterly disappointed and upset with the LDS church that maybe I didn't have my whole heart in it when I was looking for something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got to look at that as an opportunity, or as a possibility, But yeah, dude, I don't know. That's where I'm at. But what about you? Let's talk about you.
Cut and dry. Raised in Pentecostal / apostolic churches.
Oh.
Which is where they speak in tongues and they run around when they feel the Spirit.
Yes.
Running, praising.
I've been to one of those.
Yes. Very into their God. Very much into their God. But from my experience, a very judgmental crew, very, very judgy crew, a very strict, follow all the guides of the man-made Bible, as I call it.
Yes.
And yeah, they follow all that. Raised in that, never really fully bought in, but bought in a little bit at times. Mm-hmm. Now I would just classify myself as having faith. Like, I do believe in God. Yeah. I do believe I have a relationship of some sort. Kind of believe I kind of believe my conscience is kind of just, if I was to equate, when people say they talk to God, I just feel like that's what they listen to their conscience as if it's God.
Gotcha.
I kind of buy into that principle that, my conscience is, just the higher power telling me the way to go.
Gotcha.
But I don't believe in organized religion.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of it, I should say. I don't believe in the Bible. I think half of it's. I'm not gonna be too derogatory because people get upset. Yes. I don't buy into most of it. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's too many contradictions. But basically, in my opinion, you either fully buy into the idea of being kind and accepting,
yes,
and decent, or you don't. So religion causes people to think, because I go to this building every Sunday and then I turn around and bang every 16-year-old, even though I'm 40, I do all this stuff. Doesn't matter. I go to church. I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good.
I've known people like that. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yep.
Like, really? And it's just that kind of thing. So I the whole Christian nationalism thing that's sweeping across the country yet again, it's just disgusting to me because I just think everyone's beliefs are skewed. You know, it's just all very skewed. Like, why not just be kind? So, am I fully bought in? Like, there are moments where I'm like, maybe this is a simulation, and there are moments where I'm like, maybe this is, maybe maybe the Big Bang Theory is true. I'm not 100% convinced of anything. Yeah. But where you say your wife is like 98 or whatever, I'd say I'm 90% faith and 10% still question everything.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. Which I think
overall,
like
fuck church.
Yeah. I'm not an organized religion fan, and I mean, even on my own, so like my whole family, I mean, I won't name names. Some have like technically kind of like taken a step back in my family, but like all of them are still very LDS. So the fact that I like went out despite my family, because I mean, like LDS families, a lot of them, like if you leave the church, you leave your family. Like some of them are very strict that way. Some aren't, it just depends. But dude, in spite of all of that, I still wanted to go see if I felt different with another church, But yeah, dude, if you want some contradictions and stuff, you should read the Book of Mormon, man.
pretty non-making sense.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is set in North America, so it's pretty cool.
Okay. Because that's the only place that matters, then, right?
Well, I mean, at the time of writing it, I'm sure Joseph Smith, that's all he really knew, But
and that's crazy to me too. The fact that we know the individual responsible for a religion, that should tell you everything you need to know right there. Like, to know the individual that wrote, like Scientology. So a science fiction author creates a religion and you bought it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Word. Word.
Yeah. Dude, like, no, I feel you on that for sure. I know that's the funny thing. There was like this one comedian a while back that was like, he's like, the LDS church is the weirdest thing to me. He's like, I could literally just be like, hey, great grandpa, did that happen? He could be like, fuck no. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, dude, it's interesting.
People just want to be a part of something.
Yeah. Well, and I totally understand that. I mean, I feel community, in our channels and stuff, and like I understand essentially wanting a connection with a person and something you can talk about, something you can bond over, And so I mean, for a lot of people that are like raised in organized religion, that's what they have.
Yeah. Just there should always be one constant, whether you're a fan of our channel or in a church, and that's don't be naive.
Yeah. Like,
don't go out and buy a mic just because Bronson says he loves it. Don't go out and buy a mic just because I say, I love it. And don't go out to an anti-abortion or pro, don't go out to that just because your church tells you. Yeah. Like, think for yourself. And then if you want to make that decision, then fine. Yep. But talk it over with yourself, not your pastor.
Use everything you've learned and make an educated decision, you know?
Yeah. You'll be in a much better place.
Yeah.
If you do that. See, again, the Obscure Hotline Guide to Life comes out before 2022 is over. And, it's $79.99. It'll be on Amazon Prime. We'll have affiliate links for it because, of course, we want to profit doubly off of it, right?
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like a rule.
Not a pyramid scheme at all.
I wonder if that's like a rule on Amazon.
There is,
yeah.
There
Okay.
is.
I was wondering. I was like, I don't know if that's possible.
I'd be using my links every time I shop on Amazon if there wasn't.
Oh, no, but I mean, like, if you create the product and then you are an affiliate, can you be like, hey, use my affiliate link?
That's a good question.
Because technically you're still taking a little bit more from Amazon than you would.
That's a great question.
Wow. Huh. Cool stuff, man. Obscure Hotline.
Obscure Hotline. Changing lives.
Fun
The
stuff.
conversations just flow, especially when you got the Guide to Life coming out in a few months.
Yeah, dude.
We should really do it, but just one line per every page, but 28 pages long.
Yes.
Thou shalt be kind. Thou
Dude,
shalt,
that would be funny.
not use Behringer USB mics. Thou shalt.
Dude, oh my God. I think we really should do this. That would be hilarious.
May as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since we're kind of on the religious topic a little bit, I'll flip it into a question that I was curious about. And that's the interesting thing. Like, you and I know quite a bit about each other, but it's usually just like related to the fact that, yeah. But it's also like just related to the fact that we talk about audio stuff, or we talk about like YouTube, or we talk about people on YouTube or whatever. And we'll just like text back and forth and talk about that stuff. But we don't know like the simple stuff about each other, which is really interesting, So
it's a little bit scary.
It's weird, yeah, actually.
Not one-on-one here, but for like listeners to be like, oh fuck, why have I been fucking with this dude for so long? Like, I'm out. I'm out. Dude, now that I know a little bit about him, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, and that's the interesting thing to me though, is like, I guess it would change my perspective of them if I like learned something that I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of, but I just look at people like on YouTube, I'm like, hey, they're helping me with this. I don't need to know every aspect of their life, I guess, and so, but
that's why we're writing the Guide to Life, because we don't bail on people for the things we don't agree with,
Yeah, absolutely.
I drank a Black Rifle coffee the other day.
Dude.
It was a cold brew or something. It was in a can. I was just curious and I grabbed it. And a buddy that I work with who's very conservative, he's like, that's heavily right-wing stuff right there, don't you? I was like, yep, and I don't give a fuck. It's delicious.
Dude, that is so fucking bizarre that you just brought that up, because what I was about to talk about is if you're a fan of coffee or not.
See,
I was going to say,
we're doing this. This is why the Guide to Life is inevitable and is valuable.
Yeah.
Because when we're like Power Rangers or Thundercats, like when we get close together, a power erupts and blows straight through the Trojans and forms a mystical white gushy phoenix in the sky. And we just know what's best for everyone. Anyways, what about coffee?
Well, I was going to say, so in the LDS Mormon Church, or whatever you want to call it, they have this thing called the Word of Wisdom. And one of the things is that you're not allowed to drink coffee, essentially. But
Fuck
no coffee, no tea.
That religion.
Unless it's herbal tea. Like, you can't have anything. But that's the funny thing, like Diet Mountain Dew, the stuff that's got a bunch of chemicals in it that's, probably, well, not probably, the stuff that's way worse for you, you can drink that all day.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So it's not the word of wisdom. It's just a word that you follow. So I was going to ask, like, are you a coffee person?
Yes.
Okay.
But John Smith apparently did the do.
Joseph Smith
did not flick the bean.
Joseph Smith. Yeah, dude. That's
I love coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not a daily drinker though. I like it's a treat for me.
Gotcha.
Like if I'm really tired, I really enjoy a nice hot black coffee and dark roast at that.
Dude, that's interesting that, because a lot of people that drink coffee every day and kind of like grow that taste for it, they're usually the black coffee drinkers. So that's really interesting that you are occasional but still drink black coffee. That's actually, I feel like that's a rarity. Yeah.
And it's weather based. Like when it's summer, I drink less dark, hot, black, dark roast coffee.
Gotcha.
When it's cold, the uptake goes up a little bit, but it's the amount of times I have coffee in a month, hot, mind you, which is always black. I don't drink it any other way when it's hot. I bet I drink a hot black coffee 3 to 5 times a month.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So we're talking really occasional. Iced coffee, about the same thing, 3 to 5 times a month. I love me a cold brew vanilla with foam at Starbucks. Delicious.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
And I do like that Black Rifle coffee that comes in a can. That's really good. It's the best I've ever had out of a can. But I love coffee products, but I switch around. You know, I'm a switcher. I am not a creature of habit.
Yeah.
I go to restaurants, I order something different almost every time if I can. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm that way with coffee and drinks, except for Mountain Dew Kickstart. These are my constant daily.
Speaking of Mountain Dew.
To these.
Dude, no,
of Mountain Dew.
I feel you. Yeah.
But this is not like Mountain Dew. It's a sparkling juice breakfast beverage. And I had to convince my wife that it's not an energy drink for her to but to not complain at me drinking it.
Yes, for sure. Gotcha.
It's my jam.
Yeah. No, dude, actually, I've had the Kickstarts. They're solid, for sure.
They're light and sparkly and not heavy and syrupy, and I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
And they're a 2 for $2 everywhere I go.
Nice, yeah. That's awesome.
Can't find anything for $1
$1?
anymore.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, so me, I'm a coffee everyday person for sure. Like no matter what.
I've gathered that.
So I'm a coffee like the only things I drink, literally coffee and water and a tea occasionally, like oolong tea. Like that's pretty much it, or the throat coat tea. But no, so I'm actually, I don't know if you know what the differences are, and I don't want to sound condescending or snooty or anything, but I'm like very much into third wave coffee, where it's like usually a little bit lighter roast, and there's like some different notes in the coffee itself, you know. So
hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab my monocle real quick.
Dude, right?
Tell me more, Master Bronson.
So I usually will just drink black coffee because like it's like good though. It's not, and not saying dark roast isn't good. We have a dark roast that we constantly have in the rotation. That's what my wife prefers, so I have that quite a bit too. But yeah, dude, I'll do like different preparations of coffee, which is so ridiculous when you think about it. But
you like what you like.
But so actually, and it's a little bit my brother-in-law's fault. He's like a barista and he has like a lot of experience. So he's shown me like these things that like certain coffee roasters and everything that are like really great, and different ways to prep it that make it like taste very different and very, So yeah, I think I have like 6 different ways to prepare coffee in the kitchen right now.
That's a lot. See, that makes me interested though, because you know, I on my bucket list is hang out with Bronson somewhere.
Dude,
whether
I'm
it's
gonna
in
make
the
you
Potato
coffee.
State or Midway or here or somewhere. Whether we just fly out to Vegas and have a weekend of debauchery and end up being stuck on a hotel, top of a hotel, and you know, just get into all kinds of shenanigans. I don't know what'll happen,
dude. Yes,
but the eventual, you know, connection. I would like to taste some of this fancy coffee.
Dude, absolutely. I will bring it. If you're not here, I will bring it wherever I go, because that's what I usually do. Yeah, no, there's this thing that I have that's called an AeroPress, and it's like pretty portable. So it's cool.
How long does this process take? And do you do this every day?
So every day, yeah. I do so an AeroPress, like it literally, by the time you grind the beans and everything, I'd say you're looking like, if you know what you're doing and everything, like 6 minutes maybe, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not
to prepare
long.
and you're drinking a cup.
Yeah, well, yeah, like to grinding the beans, like prepping it and actually doing the like 2.5 to 3 minute like of it sitting there and everything, like, yeah, you're looking at 6 minutes. It's not bad. But
okay. And if you don't mind me asking, how much does your coffee habit cost you?
Ooh, that's a good one. So I would say, so we have like I was saying, this one dark roast one that comes through, and we kind of that one's like $12 every other week, and then the ones that I get from either like Onyx Coffee, or Little Wolf, or like we just bought some from this company Say in New York, and those are anywhere from like 18 to 25 per 8 ounces of coffee, which is not a whole lot. So, I mean, I would say like per month, probably around like $60 or so, 50, 60.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's better than going to Starbucks. That's way better than going to Starbucks. That's probably, I mean, the only thing that's beating that price-wise is shit coffee or McDonald's, which I actually like McDonald's coffee, but...
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. I'll drink it in a pinch, dude.
I'm a peasant in your coffee world, Master Bronson. I like McDonald's coffee.
Yeah. No, dude, I will drink it in a pinch, no problem, man. Yeah.
Bullshit.
You're like, I'm going to have you make...
It's not AeroPress at Mickey D's, brother.
You're like, I'm going to have you make me an AeroPress, and then I'm going to fucking make you drink a McDonald's coffee while I drink your AeroPress.
I would never do that, because I imagine if I drank a coffee made for me by you, it would probably knock my socks off, and I'd be like, I didn't know what I've been missing. But at the same time, I'm not doing this shit every day. It's probably delicious. Now I really want to try some of this. I want to have some of your favorite coffees.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah.
But I don't want to do it alone.
Yeah.
Like I have to do it with you.
One of the things I was thinking is that it'd be cool to meet up. If we were to meet up somewhere, it'd be cool to do it at like NAB or something.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know where that happens at, but yeah, something like that, some kind of gathering or...
Yeah, I can't remember if it changes locations, but I think that maybe it's in Vegas sometimes, but I'm not sure.
I do love Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah,
Big fan.
I used to live in St. George, Utah, and we were like very close to Vegas, so I'd been there a lot, and I don't see the appeal really, anymore, especially
I like to gamble, so that's my thing.
Oh, word, yeah. Well, and you live far enough away that it's like kind of a treat when you go, and I feel like I would sometimes just like have to go to do something, and I'd be like, great, you know what I mean? So,
right. No, I just like waking up in the morning, walking down to a roulette table, straight out of bed, and playing roulette. That's really the appeal for me. Other than that, I don't care.
Yeah, I getcha. You need to teach me how to gamble then, and I'll teach you coffee.
Deal. Which I'm only proficient at roulette. Don't let me teach you anything else.
Dude, actually, there was this one casino that it was in Mesquite, and it's kind of like in between St. George and Las Vegas. I went and I could play blackjack and never lose or win a whole bunch, but I just kind of stay there even and just kind of have fun for a few hours. I could do that, but that's about my extent of my gambling knowledge, aside from going like this button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can be fun for a while, but the interaction of roulette, especially if you have a crew with you, which is what we used to do when we went to Vegas, and we just slowly take over a roulette table and then play it from
nice,
midnight till sun up.
Yes,
that's good times.
Nice,
but there will be more of that in the Obscure Hotline book to guide.
Yes,
the guide of life.
It'll be about gambling and coffee.
We'll put a passage in there about the best times to play roulette and have your AeroPress coffee.
Yeah,
I have no fucking idea what AeroPress even means, but I'm gonna know soon.
Yeah, dude, it's a cool little device, man. It's cool. There's so many ways you can make coffee, like a V60 pour over, a Kalita. You could do French press. I've actually been into French press a little bit recently. It's got more of it seems like it has more of a body like drip coffee,
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know, but yeah, I feel you. I will say I don't like gas station coffee. It tastes metallic.
Ew, it's awful. Yeah.
But
and I've actually heard the reason
stuff.
why is they don't clean those like AirPods out or AirPots out enough. Yeah, like it can
Whatever
get
it is,
gross.
it tastes metallic, and there's no gas station coffee that's ever impressed me. No. And I see people like, I gotta go Speedway and get my coffee. Like, why? That's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But I get fancy sometimes and put my own K-cup in and turn the machine on.
Hell yeah, there you go, dude.
I get fancy. You heard of the K-cups? The little
yeah.
pods?
Keurig, dude.
The water streams right through the cup.
Yep. Yep. No,
I really need to get more educated on coffee for sure. I did buy a grinder once, and I was all proud of myself. I was like, I bought this grinder. I'm going to have some fresh ass coffee, and I just never used it. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I'm so about quick and convenient.
So, yeah, there's a few I don't know if I should even get into this. There's a few different kinds of grinders though. And the Burr,
not the app. Not the app.
Not the app. Well, I guess in that case there's another kind. But there's Burr grinders, and Burr grinders do like a really good job of being like consistent, so the grind is like really consistent. So a lot of people, and this is what I did, like I bought a blade.
Passionate about this shit.
Yeah, dude, I know. I like it's weird that I don't know. But a lot of people buy like a blade grinder, and that's what I bought first, and it's just like you notice that there are like kind of bigger chunks throughout it, so you're not really getting the same extraction from the coffee or from the water.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
like the water can't penetrate the whole chunk. It's got to be
absolutely
ground.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, there's a lot to it, man, and yeah, my brother-in-law has taught me a lot about it for sure. It's interesting, but at some point, I am kind of just like I want a good cup of coffee, like, and want it pretty quick. And so like I've gotten proficient enough. At first, when I tried this stuff, I was like just fucking frustrated and like, this is so annoying. Why am I doing this?
It takes, practice and patience. That's why I ended up not using my grinder. I think I should try that again, because I do like a good coffee is very similar to a good beer to me.
Oh, gotcha.
If it's got the body and the flavor and the aftertaste, like it's so worth it. Mm-hmm. Like it's so worth it to find that perfect craft beer, because the Bud Lights of the world are just shit.
Yeah,
so
dude.
You know that you're drinking shit coffee a lot unless you really want to put some time into it. And, coffee's good, man. Sometimes when I just take that first sip of hot dark roast, it just takes me to another place.
Yeah.
So why not push the boundaries and go further?
Absolutely, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. I don't know, coffee, like I think hot drinks in general are just very comforting to me for whatever reason.
Yeah, they are. I don't like tea though. I just can't get into that. I've tried quite a few fancy teas and I just can't dig it.
When it comes to tea, I can't do like fruity stuff. I've got to do like oolong tea, like even if it's like a little bit flowery, I can't do it either. I don't mind black tea, like Earl Grey tea, or I can do stuff like that. But dude, when it comes to like hibiscus wildflower with peach, I'm like, fuck, I can't do that, man. But
no.
Yeah, that's where it just tastes like I'm eating a flower, and I can't do it. But
no interest in that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be practicing my coffee skills after this, and I'm not joking. You have inspired me to just to dip my toes in a little deeper.
Absolutely,
which means buying a grinder and some beans, and just seeing seeing how much better that is from the typical stuff I drink, and then seeing if I should go even another step higher.
Gotcha.
And grabbing the Robert Downey Jr. of devices and making some tea out of that shit, or coffee, not tea. But
yeah, dude, if you have like a kettle, like a water kettle, it definitely makes it a lot easier for sure. If you're gonna do a pour over or AeroPress, but if you're gonna put it in like a drip machine, it still does a really good job though. So
okay,
yeah,
I don't know if I'll get that far yet. We'll see. I don't know. Right now, the one coffee device in my home is you ever been to a hotel that has the little tiny single K-cup thing?
Oh, word. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's on my counter.
Dude.
It's like this big.
Dude, those things are little. Yeah.
It's really little, but it's an actual hotel one. It's not like Keurig brand or anything. It's like, got it on Amazon for like $20. It literally looks like the same ones I see in hotels.
Nice.
Does a great job at making coffee. Great job.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I know, dude, a part of me wishes I could do like some sort of coffee B-roll montage in my videos, but it's so fucking overplayed in the camera world. But I guess we're in the audio world though, so maybe I could do it.
You should.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. Well, yeah, thanks for listening to this 4th episode of the Obscure Hotline. We talked about a lot of stuff. Don't be mad about the religious stuff.
You don't know where we're going. Just that's the appeal, is you don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
There's no indicator. There's no, hey, me and Bronson talked before the show and decided to do this. Like, no.
Nope.
The next episode, we could totally talk about our first REM experiences. You know, it's just, we don't know. We don't know.
Dude, well,
whatever.
Yeah, before each episode, I've literally just like wrote down literally either 1 to like 3 questions that I'm like, hey, if we're not talking, maybe I'll like bring this up, and that's it. That's like literally all I've done, you know.
I need to start doing that. I need to start adding, that way we have those just in case we do hit a patch where we're, you know, awkward silence and we're just staring at each other for like 30 seconds.
I wish.
Get lost in those big eyes.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem. I think we may revisit some topics often, but they'll be in different context, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
At least we didn't trash anybody this time. That's a successible show.
Dude,
we didn't trash anybody on this one.
Successful show. I mean, like, we talked shit about a couple people, but not like, it wasn't too bad. It was fine.
No, it was fine. We talked shit about individuals in general, and John Smith. That's as far as it went. Joseph Smith.
I love that you say John Smith. That's great, dude. Honestly.
I don't, whatever he's called.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Whatever that dude's name is that fucked over Pocahontas.
Yes. Oh. All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Goes deep.
Thanks for watching or listening. This is Bronson with the Audio Hotline and
Bark of Obscure Hot Mics.
I know, dude.
Obscure
it messes me up, man. Obscure Hotline and Obscure Mics. Yeah.
What he said.
All right. We'll see you or be in your ears next time. I guess.
Oh, we'll be somewhere. We'll be somewhere, and you can
count
on that.
We'll be
in you somehow.
We'll be deep in
you. ENYA is what we're talking about, our favorite band, but that, you know, we'll be in you.
In you.